So summer releases are getting pushed back, and this Ikoria release is pretty much a dumpster fire. Let's talk about this. I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments section below. I just got this email from Wizards. So here are the new release dates, or the updated release dates for the summer products. So June 26th, we're going to be getting Core Set 2020 pre-release and arena launch. And then July 3rd will be the actual date for Core Set 2021 to get released. And then July 17th to 19th weekend is Jumpstart launch and Jumpstart arena release. Now, if you're not familiar with Jumpstart or don't really remember what Jumpstart is, basically, they're 20 card booster packs. They're theme boosters. You take 2 of them, shuffle them together, make a 40 card deck, and go ahead and play against someone who is doing the same. It's supposed to be like a booster battle kind of deal, right? And there are going to be a bunch of reprints in Jumpstart, but there's also going to be a bunch of new stuff. So actually a really cool idea. I'm kind of looking forward to that one. Now, I'm okay with, all of these summer sets getting pushed back. I mean, considering the worldwide, global sort of situation that we're all in, everything is kind of getting affected. Everything is kind of changing day to day, and Magic the Gathering is no exception. That said, I am not okay with them doing what they've done with Ikoria. This Ikoria release is a freaking disaster. I mean, we had all of the spoilers, a month and a half ago type of thing. So, there's all this hype build up about the spoilers, and I sort of get that part because no one knew this was going to happen, and the original release of Ikoria was supposed to be sort of mid-April. So they had everything all sort of planned out for all of these spoilers, and they kind of just went ahead with that. But the problem was it was turned into like this massive tease, right? Because we got to see all the cards, we got really excited about them, but we can't actually sit down and play with them. And granted, it's difficult to play actual physical Magic right now anyway, but that said, all we really kind of have with Ikoria is, Arena. And then, of course, MTGO. But all that sort of aside, again, I'm sort of okay with how that went because I'm sure all that was scheduled, and it's sort of difficult to change all that and take that back. But what I'm not okay with was the fact that, so then they push Ikoria release back or ahead into sort of the middle of May. But that's only for some people. Also, that's only for people who, and I'm using air quotes here, don't have connections, or more air quotes, don't know somebody that lives in a van down by the river. So I'm not one of those people, and I'm sure that 99% of the people that are watching this video don't fall into the category of no van guy or have connections from Japan. So most of us basically are sitting here, with our thumb in our mouth, just waiting for Ikoria to come out in the next, still 3 weeks away. But then there's a select few that no van guy that can go ahead and get product and, have fun with it and show it off to the world. And then, of course, there's a whole country called Japan that got the product on its actual release date. So how is it that somebody's got to explain to me, because I called Wizards and I asked them and they didn't have an answer for me. But how is it that people can get Ikoria product and make videos of it and put it on the internet on April 18th when the actual release of the product was April 17th in Japan? Now, I'm not complaining about people making videos. That's great. We all want to see the stuff. Box opening videos are awesome. I do them on my channel too. I do them early. Now, that said, I've always followed the rules. But I do them a couple of days early, and that is permitted once the set has been spoiled. But I guess what I'm sort of getting to is, how is it that people can have product in the US of A and make a video on it on April 18th or 19th when the release was supposed to be April 17th, and apparently they got this product from Japan. And you know what? A lot of them probably did. In some of the videos, some of the box opening videos are actually Japanese product. So, I mean, that must have come from Japan, right? But how is it that all of that product got to the States and in the hands of these people so that they could make videos a day or two after the set is released, but we can't get the actual product in the US of A or Canada or any other country for that matter except Japan, until May 15th? So that's the part that I don't understand. I mean, how do you guys all feel about this? Again, let me know in the comments section below. Going back to these sort of summer pushbacks, I mean, again, I'm okay with them moving stuff because the situation in the world is ever evolving. And who knows if we're all going to be able to get back together in June or July, or maybe it's not until November that we can all sit around in our local game store and play Magic the Gathering. And by the way, when we can do that, we need to do that. Your local game store needs your support. I'm sure, you know, I pump up local game stores. I'm a local game store owner. I do it all the time in my videos. So your local game store needs your support. And when it's safe to do so, you know, please go back out and support them. But that sort of aside, going back to sort of these summer pushbacks. Okay, so again, fine with doing that because, you know, global situation. But what I'm not fine with is other countries getting the product before sort of the rest of the world. If we're going to push back the dates, then everybody's kind of got to get it at the same time. It's only fair to everybody, right? Like, I don't understand why did Japan get the normal release for Ikoria? Was it because of the Godzilla thing? I don't know. I really honestly don't know the answer to that question. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments section below. I'm assuming it's because of the Godzilla thing. Maybe it's because the product was actually printed there. But in some of these box opening videos, I mean, people are holding up boxes and it says right on the bottom of them, made in the USA. So, I mean, either that product was made homegrown sort of in the USA, or I don't know. I mean, Wizards is just putting that on there, but it seems like something that they wouldn't do. I don't even think that's legal. Back to the summer stuff. Great. Go ahead, push it back. Fine with all that. But give it to the world at the same time. Don't do this crap where it's, you know, one country's got it. People who have connections or know Van Guy can go ahead and get it a month before everybody else. It just doesn't right. It puts a bad taste in my mouth. Man, this Lurrus deck is so gross, eh? This guy's been kicking my ass the whole game with 3 mana. I mean, I think I might be turning this one around. We're going to see, but wow. It's amazing how much this deck can operate on just 3 mana. I actually made a video of this deck, this Lurrus of the Dream Den. It's super busted. Actually, in the beginning of this video, I was playing one of my versions of Lurrus. But anyway, check out that video if it's something that interests you. It's a really good deck. These new companions are so broken. I mean, are they breaking Magic? That's another thing I want to know. Let me know in the comments section below what your feelings on these companions are. I mean, I understand in Legacy, Garuda is just sort of running away with things. You can turn one, you know, hard mill or hard mulligan to, you know, double Lion's Eye Diamond, I think, and then basically just Garuda turn 1, and you know, there's so many clones and that type of stuff in Legacy, it just gets out of control. But even in from what I hear, I mean, I don't play a lot of MTGO. Actually, I don't play any MTGO, but from what I hear from some of you know, my buddies talking to me about sort of the modern situation right now, that Lurrus is just kind of running away with things on MTGO in the modern category anyway. I think sort of my opinion on these guys is that, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because I play the Lurrus Dream Den deck and I really like it, and it's quite powerful, but I mean, it suffers to control, and that's why I'm actually switching over, now that I'm starting to get a little higher up in sort of the platinum tiers, been switched over to Azorius control. This deck's really solid. It got you know, Essence Scatter with Ikoria, so that definitely helped out. These companion decks, I mean, yes, it's a free card, so it's essentially like having a commander you can use once, right? That's the way I sort of view it, and I don't know. The restrictions on them are pretty onerous for the most part. I mean, Lurrus, you can only build this deck with CMC2 permanents or less. It doesn't seem to hurt it, I guess, but there's a lot of things that would go really nicely in a deck, and you know, there's a lot of successful Lurrus decks out there right now that are actually just running it main board, so they kind of skirt around the companion deal, right? Are companions broken? I don't know. The Garuda one, it's the higher up I'm going in tiers here, the less and less I'm seeing it. You know, yes, if you land Garuda turn 4 or something like that, you can just totally run away with the game. But that's not happening as much anymore because people are learning that, you know, as soon as Gyruda needs to be dealt with right away. So this Azorius control deck is perfect. I mean, I just counter Garuda the turn it comes out. It basically shuts their entire deck off. It takes them a few more turns anyway to really get things rolling. Then they got to revert back to sort of the Thassa blink strategy, which, you know, is starting to get too slow at that point. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about, you know, these companions, right? So I'm curious about that too. But really this video was about, you know, what do you guys think about them pushing back the dates for the summer stuff? If they are going to do something like that, would you rather see it, you know, everybody sort of gets it all at the same time? Do you want this hype where it's, you know, we see the stuff 2 months, month and a half, 2 months before we get it? Is that too long? Are you starting to lose interest in Ikoria and it's not even in your hands yet? I want to know all these things. So that's what let me know this stuff in the comments section below. All right, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps me out, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.